The next time is, in fact, right now, because I'm going straight back to recording. Anyways, wait, what? Where's this quest? Oh, it's Immortal Travels. Oh, great, there's freaking books I gotta collect for 100%. Chip this. We're still about... Okay, look for clues. What do we got? Get up on stage. Quentin. Let's get our first
investigation team has some new findings.
See, I told you.
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation.
You're trying to help them?
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine.
It turns out that the seat number it picked, I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out. Linny reserved our seats for us too.
He could have put one of his
You see
assistants
why
there.
I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Someone's definitely tampered with it. Presumably. Got a clue over here. Talk to Esmond.
Go ahead, have a look around.
Got this guard to check out.
Hello there. What?
Oh, this location has also been... The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce... Sure, it's not like this is Her name is Halsey. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House. The Magic Troupe members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social Simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troupe at all. Which
Were the
That's how it seems to us, in any case.
Okay then.
No need to be so formal. It is of utmost importance.
Yes, someone was definitely framed here. Definitely. They were framed. Got the back of the box to
So
investigate.
this is the rope that... The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
Worst case scenario, it's... He didn't realize the safety concern.
Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler?
Rope snapped.
Whoa. Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of... So if a... Wait, Paimon...
Pretty sure he... Definitely feel like he was planning some sort of trick with the water tank. Okay, we do know Cowl killed Cowl because freaking Jaden Animations has since spoiled me.
I see that you're
How
investigating
did
the
Cowl
area.
kill Cowl?
Well, if you find any new and interesting...
We don't have too many... The thud? Oh!
Yes, exactly. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath. I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Lynn, and when the pyrotechnics went...
Wait, wasn't the noise...
Perhaps the balance wasn't right. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That does remind Paimon...
The thump. Are we really gonna have to freaking play Danganronpa in Genshin Impact? Like, what is first off, we have freaking this game inspired by Breath of the Wild. Got another clue up here. It's in-
Lenny's still talking to the guards. I think someone will be
one clue further out here.
Hey, you! Yes, both of you.
Huh?
Who?
You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those.
Well, you're right on the mark
Is that
about
you?
that one. But
Yo, Shotgun
who
Girl,
are you?
Mavia?
From mediating disputes and providing and I.
Oh, the Mafia.
Have the honor of being its renowned president.
Leader of the Mafia? What are you doing here?
Though those who play by our rules call me.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
This is
And
the
I'm
Mafia.
Melus, Demoiselle's various date.
Huh? Boss.
Well,
My apologies.
Hold on a
Demoiselle.
second.
Should you prefer, boss, I will
Apologies for the pause. I had to go get dinner. Fancy dinner for a fancy place. You know, steak. Where the hell did my fork go? Where the hell did I put my fork? I have since gotten a fork.
Okay.
Dinner time.
If you say so. Not that we're meant.
all merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand. That's right. I've always kept an eye on the secret. Judging from the look of things.
Really? We think so, but
Intuition, naturally. Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Lenny, but that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the Justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away.
Yeah.
Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course,
sounds more like you just don't.
well, what's your opinion? All right, I've answered your...
Wait a minute.
Well, I say it does. In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an option?
No.
Well.
No.
And why would that be?
Most astute of you, Dem. No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's
Yeah.
expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based
I feel like I'm in a Mr. Beast video. First to solve the murder mystery gets $10,000. Freaking made it to like the final 5, so I get a steak dinner. Shut up, Claire. You're just salty you aren't YouTube famous. I at least have subs.
Then if that
Okay.
can be done, boss, then
All right, that's quite enough, Melissa. Now, I need to make some preparations. Follow me.
Wait. Since when did we become a sister?
Oh, well,
That's more like it.
Equals.
far be it from me to. You wish to save a friend.
You have a point. And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like you've got something up.
I have nothing to add.
Oh.
we'll be making some preparations first.
You're looking awfully sus.
Sorry, but no.
No, we're not leaving.
Were you always got yes? After the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out, so the missing girl couldn't have left for. I doubt there was much opportunity.
How can you be?
Well, because I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, but still, I did not abandon my post. We Melazines are.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through. Alright, thank you for your help. This'll be. We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. My mom wonders how Lenny's discussion with the guards is going.
helping my man out.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware.
Very good. Thanks for...
You may spare the pleasant...
You've arrived. Who's this?
The Mafia.
Me? I'm Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and we'll be helping investigate this whole
The Mafia boss, the
situation.
angel with a shotgun herself.
And these are my
Mafia.
companions. Would you mind?
I mean, if you've seen her demo
New
gameplay, she
helpers?
does have a
I
shotgun.
would be most...
Well, let's just say we're tagging a...
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Ah!
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help.
Huh.
Ah, good eye. That...
The back? You mean?
Very good indeed. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put 2 and 2 together... Exactly.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
Huh.
I knew you'd figure out the 2 magic boxes are... See this flatbed the box with the lucky audience member in it would be shut...
This trolley can raise and lower, and even... I see. So...
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the...
So that's how you did...
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the...
Right! You were
Ah, yes. A phonograph. My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand.
And what about Lynn? I was in the mezzanine space.
Oh!
That's how we were able to coordinate Lenny's lines with the assistant.
I mean, we are twins, and that's my favorite part of this trick.
So that's how it all worked!
Lynette would briefly walk
Quite
out
the
of the box
complicated
and then
trick.
go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could... And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
We really don't know. If not for that interlude, this would have been and yet, could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
This is
Oh,
the scene of
definitely.
the crime. So Lenny and Lynette are not permitted to stay.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now.
Thanks, everyone.
Except when he could.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why would there...
Oh! Paimon knows! It's one of the... And here's a broken vase!
That can't...
Control board. Ladder. Never thingy. Never thingamajig.
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Create mod magic show.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick. But why would it have been left here?
Whatever it is.
her clothes are here, but she's no...
Right. And do you... Ugh. This is...
A lot more dubious activity could have happened, that's for certain. Got something else over here. Storage crates. Amogus!
What is this place?
It's Amogus, aka Event.
It seems someone could fit through here.
Oh, so that's how they left for the event. Steak is amazing, by the way.
Alone, perhaps.
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right. Let Paimon write that down. See?
Yes, let's head back up.
Back to the surface. Turn to the surface.
Well, we've ascertained the... Let's find a place to sort out our findings once more.
Apologies for the wait.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal...
They believe the guards have checked the area carefully. No.
So the tunnels become like a secret chip?
The plot? No wonder Farina was so...
In other words, the
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
That's right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. That's right. This is the statements from both sides. The defensive, to put it simply, it's as if...
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the...
Once both sides have finished speaking, then, finally, the...
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually...
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment, which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice.
Let me guess, during the trial, it's gonna be different.
Ah, yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of... Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties. Or that we might... And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we have...
I'm ready to break out.
Whoa, there's...
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack...
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. I mean, what better way to
Breaking out suddenly...
Paimon!
Just kidding!
What do you mean, nose?
Huh?
Understood, demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Pot.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes,
I have eggs, sugar, and all.
Good work, you two.
These three are quite the
Mafia time.
And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still... From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, but you ended up doing the entire...
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging...
Paimon was just thinking...
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone any... Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. Anyway, give these a try.
Only...
Well, eating too many sweet treats.
Tea is ready to be served as well.
Sure, why not?
No need for concern.
All right, then. Down to... However, we can assume that Linny and the Magician twins could have committed the...
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation resulting in the shattering of the vase. Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the...
Paimon thinks that makes sense.
True. But the only people left to consider are both...
Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to... Nor does she have any motive.
Well, from the sound of things, this is... Your macarons are amazing.
They are my
What? 5?
Please don't worry about it. At my...
No. Being greedy. Besides, Paimon knows that... Wait. Even you don't believe Paimon?
Farina!
You.
Arrest her.
If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons...
Alright, we get it. Well, Malus, set up.
Huh?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons of course.
Exactly.
As you wish, then what?
And I have the egg.
What?
Damn!
Well, that's it for snack time. I don't know what we're looking for. It would be awkward.
Alright, thanks for your help. And for the...
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything.
Alright, it's time to put our head...
Wait until 8 p.m. today. Confirm. It's trial day. Are we going to find someone guilty? Yes. Who will it be? I don't know. Except I do know, because frick you, Jaden.
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing. Good plan. Impossible.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects, besides, I doubt for...
Thanks, Navia.
Best of luck to you.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation?
To be honest?
No.
Well, now, don't you all look disappointed? That was to be expected, of course. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly...
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session.
Danganronpa!
Audience to understand the causes and results of the incident.
Okay, hold on.
Please have
You
Miss
gotta pull up.
Lenny explain the trick.
Okay, we're playing something.
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
The Danganronpa music.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. You ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is the
Yes.
That's correct.
In that case, I call upon...
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Lenny is clearly lying.
What you mean, nuh-uh?
There is no way he could have been in the box.
That is simply your head.
Is that
Bias.
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course.
And you didn't hear.
No, nothing.
I see. But when the
Huh?
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud.
I was right by the box.
How did Liney not know about that?
Look at those scales.
Well then, of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the house of the...
What? They're Fatui? My main? Is a Fatui agent?
Wondered he did something like this.
I feel suddenly extremely betrayed.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on...
That's irrelevant. All right.
Indeed. That your first priority is to prove your...
Defense lawyer time.
The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now
She doing?
comes the infighting and discord I...
Oh great, we have to Danganronpa it up.
Pose. Good thing I made all those preparations.
Order! Order! First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were not. Are these claims true?
Secondly, you're Fatui.
Please answer my.
I'm sorry. Yes, there.
Oh God. We're at a major disadvantage here. We can still come back from this.
Well, that's it.
What should we do now?
Permission to speak, Your Honor.
In that case, what is your request?
Is that really necessary?
The defendant deceived their own attorneys.
Order! Your request is reasonable.
Yes.
So you would stick to Mr. Lin. In that case, my.
So. What?
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
What? Tell him, Traveler!
I'm very sorry. I know you clashed with the Fatuis, but our organization is very...
Right now, we want to see.
That's right. I'm sure we're on... I knew if it weren't for our respect, that's why I didn't wish to flat out... The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything... Right. You met a Fatus who works as a magician.
A Fatus?
Trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too, but still, I'm asking you...
Your Honor, that name is stupid.
I am no...
Sorry. Well, you both say that, but... Right. Let's hear...
Of course. I'll answer it. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. But during our investigations, we learned from that moment on, Lynette and I have been...
Is that why you needed a whole...
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 70. So, after jumping into the tunnel...
That air vent was created during the
Well, nothing. What should have been impossible. That voice seemed to recognize me, and on the way back, I saw the broken vase. After that,
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
because of that prophecy I told you about, of course.
That's the only way we can.
So, there you have it. It was never my wish to, but like I said earlier, you can be...
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
I believe in the facts.
Okay.
Thanks for giving us a.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's
I already have a ton of evidence. Yeah, but isn't he, in doing so, admitting to another crime? Let's go back. Back to the trial, goddammit.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial.
Danganronpa music, go.
When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
That took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention. At this stage,
Yes.
let's revisit that scene from Linny's perspective.
What? Okay. It's Danganronpa time.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel.
Yes, he entered the tunnel.
When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and he did not realize that the sound could be heard by everyone in the opera. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out before making her change clothes. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, so Linny proceeded to knock him out too. Afterward, Linny passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box. And there you have it.
Does the defendant's side have any objection?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events.
Okay. Did enter the tunnel. He was heading to the core, right?
According to Lenny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Okay. He couldn't have kidnapped Halsey.
Lenny went to the room that contains the
He went to the room with the core. Then he went back. He saw the vase. Okay.
Lenny did not take part in the underground altercation.
Yes.
He only...
When the countdown started, Lenny did indeed, but he immediately used a vent to exit. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice. The crime scene had already developed by the time he finally reached the surface.
And we've successfully done it.
Paimon did it!
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
That's right!
Moreover, I
My
believe...
reasoning?
If that's the case, assuming that what you say is true, Lenny
Yes.
only needed to kidnap the young girl
Assuming as
because
such.
a new disappearance case.
Oh, that?
That's right, you tell him! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed to turn things around.
Danganronpa!
Your denial is very strident, I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claim?
Objection!
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask?
Wasn't.
You're saying that he wasn't.
Aha! Okay. Where's the proof that...
Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought? Are you sure we don't need to give this more thought?
Thank you, Paimon. Very cool.
Wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. This means that when the same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best. How do you like that?
Finally! A good thing Paimon... A thing Paimon's good at. She's the one hell of a defense lawyer.
Well then, if it wasn't Lenny who committed the crime, then who was it?
Detailed account of how to move was supposed to work. Oh, it's time for the climax.
The deceased's name is Cowell. Lenny's...
Cowl. Can't be Cowl because Lenny couldn't have killed Cowl because Cowl killed Cowl.
What I must do next Cowell did, and how he went
Oh wait,
from
this
would-be
wasn't the correct time to play
perpetrator
this.
The Minnie was not in the tunnel. The sound we heard may have come from a... No one entered or left the opera house. The deceased's name is Cowell. It would have been tough for both people to fit. Minnie was not in the tunnel at that moment.
Miney.
The sound we heard may have come from...
Still in the tunnel, so he couldn't have heard it.
No one entered or left. The deceased's name is Cowell. The sound we heard may have come... No one entered or left the Minnie was not in the tunnel at that moment. The sound we heard may have come from... Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
Okay.
It would have been tough for both people. No one entered or left.
Hey, 2 out of 4.
It would have been tough for both people. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
Up 2.
The deceased's name is Cowell. It would have been tough for both.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still...
Look, since we're at a dead end, just like the trick as it transpired,
If only we knew how...
Well, that would be nice.
The one piece of evidence we're collectively missing.
And none of them seem to... But it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real life...
Excuse my interruption.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Wait.
Minnie was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our... The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey. The deceased's name is Cowell.
Okay, and then...
No one entered or left...
Wait. Hold on.
Halsey's clothing was in...
It's a vase, it's a vase.
The vase was not...
Lynette escaped from the water treatment. There's a similar
How could a person ever be transformed into water? Most magic tricks are ultimately just illusions.
even so, the truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open up. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
Danganronpa!
You do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end...
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress. Guards, please step into the...
What do we have?
We are still examining the items, but we have already discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separate. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are the primordial. The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs.
An accomplice?
The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. Is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was as such, we believe that the defense is...
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving...
But something so ridiculous.
Wait a minute. This reminds me of a certain prophecy.
If people can become water, does that mean that the water tanks will... Just a minute. Could that mean...
Demoiselle, wait! What about your gun?
Let's go.
Order! Order!
Order!
It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has still. Let us assume that these clue guards. Please, Mr. Linney. It appears your hypothesis is
Of course. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal heart! Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
Okay. Play the next track.
The
Cowell.
deceased's name is Cowell. The water from the primordial sea. The water from the primordial sea. The rope that held the water tank. The water from the primordial sea. Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic. Lynette was in the magic box on... I remember there was something... Now it seems like the hook rope was...
Okay, the rope's not the timing mechanism. But the hook was the timing
seems like the
mechanism.
hook... I remember there was some...
Ahem. It's Ace in the original plan.
Yes.
Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial sea inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
Huh. That actually links to...
We're so back.
Oh dear. What do I do?
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who...
On that note, the guards, I shall now invite him on.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just... And we found an identical sample of the water from the...
What?
That can't be.
Planted!
Does this not, my dear Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowell then caused Halsey, but upon his return, and ultimately, he knocked Cowell out, and the two now, as much as I regret having
So, we have something to fix.
Mr.
We've used up all the evidence we could... Is this the end of the road?
Oh no! Seems using the...
I think we've all... I believe this is indeed the finale.
If she has it so itself, well...
Now then, my good. Excuse me,
Miss, I must add...
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared... What?
No offense, miss, but...
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic, once everyone believes the illusion. Can't magic reveal the truth to them? And what is such a trick on Linny and Lynette? But, as the magic makers and stars of the show...
I understand.
What?
And what?
Back!
Wait.
To be clear, I'm only here because this person... I was hiding outside this room listening to the... I was just feeling happy that no one... Where should I begin? Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally...
As a resident Mondstatter, how dare
I
you?
heard that Linny's show was going to be a real thriller.
but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one. That's how I make a living. But I was noticed at the harbor.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief. Lydia mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me. He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flip. I wasn't going to take... There was nowhere to run from there, though. I slipped out after the first guard arrived.
Could a person even hide in there?
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank... Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic bubble.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now.
This time, we need to tell the entire story.
Probably definitely something here. Okay, this isn't here.
The strange sound wasn't from a fright. The flower vase was not broken to cover. Lillian was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so
And it's having been collected and her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. Hearing the commotion, Cowell, he did not know that Lillian was not from Fontaine, but was mistakenly believing that the water from the two broke the flower vase with no way of escaping.
That's one hell of an ending.
And hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended. She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So,
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons.
at this point,
The macarons
in
reference?
the tunnel have now...
So bravo!
We're back.
Now then.
We always come back.
Do you wish to speak again? Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also,
What? No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow. Look at that. She's like a deflated balloon now.
I think now's a good time to play
if
this.
there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice, the actual perpetrator of the
Yeah,
serial
Meta Man.
disappearances, Cowell,
Repeat series.
selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also
My original
attempted
theory was
sustaining
right,
the
sort
water
of.
tank, using the fireworks
was
at
an
the end of the
assistant.
performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when the magic trick officially began. The box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope, and if all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian, thinking that, however, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious.
One hell of a
posted to the
Danganronpa
magic
case.
box. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures with. From this reconstruction of events,
We live.
while there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case at least can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision. As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Oh, it's time for the.
Great work, partners.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think. How did you find the water from the primordial?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake.
I suspect that the accomplice. I'm sure you know what you must.
Speak quickly!
Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket.
We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui.
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secret, therefore you would be wise to tell everything you know.
Yes, our boss discovered that the water can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, we've been in this business for a while now, and have made...
Bro's dead.
And now he can no longer.
Such rude.
An outrageous. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Well, it wasn't me. This is one hell of an ending. There's more questions than answers. At least you saved their hides.
We're just going back now? That's true.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
Linny.
I know you may not want to speak to me right now, but still. Let me thank you again for defending me to the end. I guess I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill. As for why I'm a Fatous, it's because that was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached
The knave? The one who...
That's right. And since back when our parents first died, to survive, I took to surreptitiously observing, and I took my sister through several streets, and to my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular. Before long, an aristocrat.
So you went from orphan?
That was how we felt at first too. But I gradually discovered that while we were called he would constantly take me to all.
That doesn't seem...
After one particular performance at a banquet, I waited a long time after we were. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most.
Oh no.
Oh, don't.
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to. I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called. All I saw was the moonlight.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm. Father, I mean, the Knave, the House of the Hearth welcomes you. For your. I was hesitant to trust, but she was also quick to destroy the noble.
Oh, so that's how the two of you do.
She has gained permission from the Saritsa to first use the Gnosis' power when she obtains.
So, she believes in that prophecy
So
too?
the Fatui are actually in the
That's
right here?
The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis.
Hard to believe we're actually working with the
Today's
Fatui.
case has also proven that people from Fontaine can. Everyone at Hotel Bouffe d'été, including the Knave, has their route to us orphans. The only connection.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to...
It's alright.
So sorry.
And I just hope you can understand that even as a member of the House, if you should need anything at all in the future.
Understandable. Fatui scum.
Bye, Linny.
Fatui scum. How could you?
Over here.
Bloody Fatui scum. Oh, there's a tunnel. Makes things a bit more awkward, doesn't?
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting... What's wrong, my dear partner?
I'm only trying to defend Linny.
Sure weird though, and given that there's new evidence...
I see. Well, sorry.
Don't say that, Navi.
Aw, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too.
Are we gonna be forced into another criminal investigation case?
It was like having new waters flowing into a... sorry about that. Wait, shall we have a farewell?
Huh?
Well, I'd just like to have... Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't...
Sure.
You don't have to
Oh, wonderful. In that case...
Alright then.
And that's the end of the act. Stop this here. Like, comment, subscribe, see you later, and I'm going to start Fontaine Act 2 because it doesn't look like there's going to be much combat so far. Bye.